Hi, my name is Turner Tipka, and today I'm going to be doing a PEST analysis, or PEST analysis, on Faith Christian School in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Alright, first of all, we're going to go over what PEST is. Alright, P stands for political, E stands for economical, S stands for socio-cultural, and T stands for technological. Now, there are a couple other points, but these are the four main ones. First, I want to tell you a little bit what Faith Christian is. Faith Christian is a small private Christian school here in Rocky Mount, North Carolina. Alright, so looking at what can affect them. So let's look at political first. Alright, the factors that can affect Faith Christian School politically are a drastic divide between the left and the right wing, so conservatives and liberals, or the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. And then the freedom of speech and religion. So right now, it's great that we have all this freedom of speech and freedom of religion, which actually allows Faith Christian to be open and teach the way they teach and do the things they do. And so they are allowed to teach, an opportunity is allowed to teach whatever they want, because they have the freedom of speech, and people have the freedom to go there if they want, and they have the freedom to not go there if they want. And so that's why Faith Christian has this market that fits the people who want their kids to go to a Christian school. And if people don't have to agree with their views, so if you don't want to agree with what they say, then you don't have to go there. All right. Now the threats are that they lose their freedom of speech. Is that they lose their differentiation of curriculum, and they lose the foundation of their school. And these are real things, in my opinion, of political activities going on right now that could actually greatly affect Faith Christian School. Where speech nowadays can be misconstrued to be as hate speech and all these things, and if the government tries to start telling them what they have to teach and what they can and cannot teach, that'll cause their the factor that they have a differentiation where they have freedom to teach whatever, which can draw in students. It can really affect them negatively. And then also, their whole curriculum and everything is based around Christianity. So if they lose that ability to teach that, that's also going to hurt them supremely. All right, economical factors are the economy right now is at its highest GDP. Okay, as the lowest unemployment rate, which means people have jobs and people are making money. Okay, and then businesses are coming to Rocky Mount. So not only on a global level, but also on a local level, our economy here at Rocky Mount is doing really strong. And so, looking at these three main factors, we have to say that the opportunities we have are that people have money and they can pay for school at Faith Christian. Now, it's a medianly priced school. It's about $11,000 a year, as opposed to one school in the area that's about $20,000, the other school that's about $7,000. Okay, so it's medianly priced. It is expensive, right? Because the public school's free, homeschooling's free. There's the cheaper school, but people have money right now to pay for it, and so that's big for them. There's also, with these new jobs, comes new people to work. And so, therefore, there'll be new people who could possibly come to school at Faith Christian and who are coming to these jobs. And the jobs that are coming here are companies like CSX, who pay really well. A big tire company is coming here. And so, like, these companies can bring in well-paid employees who can actually afford to go to Faith Christian and maybe not send their kids to public school. Maybe they think public school is not great. Now, the threats are that they could afford to go to a more expensive school. So our Rocky Mount Academy is here, and it's $20,000 a year, roughly. And if somebody sees it as being better, and however they just couldn't afford it fully, then they went to Faith Christian instead, which is just slightly cheaper. Maybe now they want to go there. Who knows? Another factor is that the economy could turn, and since they're totally based off people being willing to pay for it, if people can't afford it, then guess what? They won't pay for it. And then companies could pull out still. So if these companies are on their way here, right, they're committed, it seems, as of right now. That's what we're looking at. They could not come here. And then we lose those companies, we lose those businesses, we lose those jobs, and we lose those people who would come here to work them. So yeah, these are big factors that are totally volatile. And hopefully they don't happen, but they're possible. Sociocultural, which means basically social and cultural factors that come in. So growth of Christianity globally, but also primarily here in Rocky Mount, it has been great lately. And Rocky Mount is primarily, quote unquote, a Christian community for the most part. It's a lot of Christian-based thought process, a lot of churches, a ton of churches here, probably a church on every block. where church is actually a norm. Most people see church as being something they should go to, not just as some fad. And then like the whole idea of open-mindedness, and I put quotes around that, and I'll explain here in a second. But people are supposed to be more open-minded nowadays. So there are opportunities here is that Christian families moving their kids from public schools or from wherever to go to Faith Christian because they want to support Faith Christian, and because they want their kids to be taught in a Christian environment. And I think that's a big opportunity, is that as Christianity grows here with new churches coming and much more biblical churches coming, they want to teach their kids biblical principles. And Faith Christian's the school here in Rocky Mount that does that. And so that's a big deal. And that's their differentiation in the market. Greater market of possible students. So with all these churches, there's also kids whose parents go to these churches, and so therefore they have a greater market in that facet. And then they also have greater family involvement. And when parents are committed to the church and they're committed to their kids' education, they're paying for the kids' education, families are going to be involved. And that's a great opportunity for them, because when parents are involved in the schools usually do better because they have higher performing kids. I worked in the public school for a period, and that was a big thing, was that there's just no parents involved. They left it all to the teachers, and that just can't be. With a small private school, parents paying, and these being Christian parents, they want to be involved, and that's something I've seen in the school, is that they're actually involved in this school greatly. Now, threats is that Christianity is not seen as inclusive. And this is a cultural thing, right? People see Christianity as being hateful, as being intolerant, all these things. And so that's something that a lot of people have this perspective of Christianity. They even see it as topics seen as hate speech. So like homosexuality and abortion and all these things, like they see all these things as hate speech. And though I disagree, I'm willing to say that on here, nonetheless, that's how they see it. All right, and then technology is becoming necessary. I don't know if you can even have school nowadays without people having computers, and all their phones are everywhere and everything, and then curriculum and textbooks are all online. So let's look at the opportunities here. Opportunities allow for easier interface of children and teachers. Now kids can actually, write online, and teachers can see it immediately and then grade faster and get feedback back easier. And it's saved on the computer, so they can actually check and react to everything the kids do. And they have more fun ways to teach kids. There's like games online that they can teach kids on now, and fun activities, and just tons of different things. They don't have to spend money on unnecessary paper, which is honestly probably one of the biggest expenses I've seen in the public school, is that we're spending tons of money on paper and everything. And now they have access to a broad curriculum. So now they can go find curriculums anywhere. It's not just, we bought these books 20 years ago and we have to stick with them forever. It's like, no, like you can actually go find a new curriculum online if you like it, or create your own curriculum based off of things off the internet. And that's just a great commodity to have. Now, something that's a really big threat is that kids actually get distracted by technology and abuse it. So they end up just saying on Facebook or Twitter or whatever they do, Instagram, and they send to talking to their friends. They play games online, and they don't actually use the computers they have to their gain for the purpose of school. And the other thing is that a lot of the schools actually provide computers. Faith Christian actually provides the computers at the start for the kids, like tablets and such. And that can become a financial burden on the school up front. And it weighs on the school. And so at first. Now, eventually it'll kind of ease out, but I think that could be a burden, because Faith Christian is such a small school that right at the start, it could be very straining on them. But overall, looking at these various things, I think that with this PEST analysis, we can see that Faith Christian actually has a lot of opportunities coming with the booming economy and the culture the way it is right now, being open-minded and hopefully not moving in the opposite direction. But that they have great access to really growing their school and flourishing. All right, thanks. Have a good one.